At Turner Field in Atlanta, Georgia, the New York Mets play the Atlanta Braves. And a pleasant good evening, everybody, and welcome to Atlanta. Gary Cohen, Keith Hernandez with you tonight. The Mets open a 3-game series against the Atlanta Braves tonight, but this is a very sad day for the Mets family. One of the towering figures in Mets history, Frank Cashen, has passed away. Frank died today in Maryland at the age of 88. He was the general manager who built the 1986 championship team. He was general manager of the Mets for a dozen years, and Keith, he was the guy who traded for you and brought you aboard and put together that great collection of talent that led to the 86 title.
Well, you know, Frank was a wonderful man, a man of integrity, the man that I loved, and we'll miss him dearly. But everybody talks about the obvious trades that he made. He traded for me. He got the final piece in getting Gary Carter. You know, David Cone trade was a steal. But all the little deals that he made, Gary, getting Mazzelli, no one even thinks about that. Lee Mazzelli brought him back for the second half, did a great job for us. Ron Darling trade, of course. Ray Knight, we picked up Ray Knight for nothing. Ray Knight was all banged up. Everybody thought he was through and hung on to him. He got him in '85. He was a big part of our ball club, bagging that 7th hole and playing third base the whole year.
In many ways, Frank, as he called himself, was a dinosaur. He was one of those general managers in the old school who ran the entire operation. In fact, he even hired me to be a Mets broadcaster in 1989, and he had a softer side as well.
Well, he certainly did, and I'll make this story as brief as I can. When the Mets decided to not re-sign Gary and I, Carter, that is, he called us up the last day after the game, the last day of the season in '89. And had Gary in first for around 10 minutes, and then I came into his office and he informed me, Keith, this is the toughest decision I've had to make and most distasteful, but I'm going to have to let you go. We're going to go in a different direction. And I want to thank you for everything that you did and how you came here and blah, blah, blah. And then I said, Frank, don't worry about it. It's all business. And he got up out of his chair and he said, all business, my foot, and came around, and he had tears in his eyes, Gary. And he said, give me a hug. And I was completely caught off guard by surprise because Frank never showed any emotion. And he hugged me a bear hug and whispered in my ear, thank you so much. And I'll never forget that moment.
Well, we'll have many more remembrances of Frank Cashen as we move through the game tonight between the Mets and the Braves as we mourn the passing of Frank Cashen today at the age of 88.
Greg Gibson, the home plate umpire, motioning to both players. And the Dodgers celebrating in their dugout.
That's into the right field corner. Robinson, nice catch for out number 1.
Well, I am a wizard from the future. Boom. I'm a real doctor.
If you had your walk-up music created, who would compose it and or sing it, and what kind of music would it be?
You know what? That's a good question.